Let's do this.
So today we are going to cover stats of the last 4 weeks. This is LOBE, a fantasy football league that has been around for about 15 years now. We're going to go through the stats according to our league and who is the top 10 of each position. I have Ryan here with me,
What's up?
and we're going to start with quarterback. So the top 10 looks like it edges out top 5: Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Geno Smith, and Austin Eckler. Top 5 for the last 4 weeks. Actually, this is all offense. Hang on one second.
Yeah,
Same
I was
thing
like,
here, but
same top four. Just add in Jackson for the
add
fifth.
in Jackson, move Hurts out. Okay, so Geno obviously big. I feel like a huge surprise. Probably one of the biggest
Surprise.
surprises in the NFL.
For sure. Pretty sure most media assumed that the Seahawks would be dead in the water once Russ left.
Yeah, head coach Pete Carroll. That's him, right? Still there?
Oh,
Dude.
the old peach cobbler, he's still around.
Uh it seems like he knows what he's doing.
I think it's kind of funny. It seems like Russell was complaining all those years about not getting any chances to throw. Then he leaves, and then it seems like Pete was like, "Let's throw it."
And with the
Just start
shittier
bombing
quarterback,
it.
what everyone thought was a shittier quarterback.
But
But
Geno's been great. His completion percentage, I believe, I want to say it's the best in the NFL right now.
let's go
We'll
ahead and
find.
take a look at advanced doesn't give me target or throwing attempts. Oh, our stats.
Geno Smith
Stats on
right now.
NFL.com are a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I got it right here. Geno Smith is throwing at a 75% completion rate. Next closest is in the 60s. I think it's 66.8, and it's Josh Allen.
Incredible. The kids,
10% more accurate than Josh Allen right now.
what? That's something to really hang your hat on. I can't believe
Big.
Geno's making plays. 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's got 100 yards rushing on 10 attempts. Oh no, that's not 10 attempts. That's 10 sacks. 100 yards rushing, and a touchdown there. Uh,
And all of his stats, you also have to think he's being super efficient. He has 50 less attempts, Josh Allen,
yeah, that's another
or
thing I was gonna say. I
Kyler
bet
Murray, or Burrow,
they're running the
or
ball so
Wentz.
well over there.
Yeah, they really are.
So we didn't talk about any of the other top 5. It seems like there's where there should be. This is where they should be, right?
Pretty much. I think Joe Burrow being number two is. I didn't think he'd be top five this year. I knew
After
he'd be
that
in the top
start,
12.
yeah.
He's been doing awesome things. I mean, he's definitely proven that years to come we can look forward to Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, year after year after year. With Brady moving out and some other quarterbacks we might talk about later in our different podcasts, like Rodgers not doing so well.
Yeah, and
Some of these guys
it's a
might be done.
throwers league. Oh yeah. Some of these guys might be done, yeah. Are we seeing the end of Rodgers, Brady,
Stafford,
Matt Ryan? Yeah, Stafford.
Ryan, Stafford,
All these old heads.
getting older and their shoulders and stuff get hurt. I mean, I don't think there's really anything physically wrong with Brady. I think it's in his mind. Did you see the clip of him on at his offensive line,
Oh yeah. I
telling
expect
him
that
that?
like every game from Tom
But
Brady.
did you hear what he said? Telling him I didn't leave my wife and kids at home for this
I
for
think
this
that's a meme.
shit.
I think that's a meme. I think that's what everybody's
Always a
fucking
meme.
saying. Oh, dude, that's great though. Yeah, I when I saw that, I was just laughing my ass off. Like, of course, he didn't choose to leave his wife and kids for football, but like that is kind of what's going on,
He
isn't it?
kind of did. Yeah, it is what he did. From what I understand,
I mean,
his wife
his
was gonna
wife
quit
is putting
modeling.
on him, right? But like, he didn't actively choose. Oh, I want you and the kids to leave me. No, that's
No, but
her choice, right?
I think what was gonna. Okay,
It
this
was
is
an
what I
ultimatum.
understand. But I think this is why she gave it to him if she is because I think she quit modeling and they both agreed that the off season last year that they were just going to be a family. He quit her job and moved forward, and Tom said he was too, and then he went back on what he said. She's like really like super upset. I'd be upset too. Like give up all your the things that you were doing before to do this one thing, and then partner's supposed to join you and he doesn't. So then you're kind of you're
Right.
she's probably with the kids all the time now, which is a total change, and thought he'd be there to help. I don't know.
Yeah, and then I mean, look at his numbers this year. It's pretty dismal. Two good games maybe. According to his standards, and I dropped the guy in the league.
I mean, don't blame you. The only saving grace I could say about the Bucks is when you look up their team, their rushing numbers are terrible. They're not running the ball at all very well.
I thought they were doing all
So
right. Look at
no,
Lenny Fournette the last 4 weeks, top
but
three. We'll go back to that real soon though. Let's go back to quarterback.
I'll go find this stat for you.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna edge out the last five. Jalen Hurts, Tom Brady, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan. Wow, and Trevor Lawrence. Both those two at the end are very surprising for me.
They had two or like did especially the Matt Ryan. He had like 35 points one week, so he's a little bit balanced. Wait, like he just had one really good game, really, over the past 4 weeks.
Let's take a look at Matt Ryan real quick.
He's kind of being held up by that.
58 passes.
Yeah, it took
What
58
the
attempts to
fuck?
score that many points. That won't happen like probably the rest of the year. So that's kind of a negative.
So did
On
he
that
look
Bucks,
good?
he looked. I mean, I don't think his completion rate was over 60 though. Didn't throw any picks. He finally got protected and not. I don't think he took a sack. The line did its job. So I like our combination we finally have there. 58 attempts to do what he did. If you give that to a
Patty Mahomes.
Cousins or I was just gonna say middle of the pack like Kirk Cousins. I feel like he could have got more votes. If you give that many attempts to Pat Mahomes, that should be like a 500-point game or 500-yard game. I mean,
Kirk Cousins top 10 throughout the whole year right now. Uh, is it the offense, Kirk Cousins, or a little bit of both?
I think that defense is kind of worse. It was so they have to score big, and they have the players to score big like Justin Jefferson. Got Cooks back there. Um,
Fucking Cook, man,
sorry.
destroyed the Dolphins' chance in that game. As many of you know, I'm a Dolphins fan. We had a chance with the third string quarterback in that game.
It could be pretty brutal.
It is bad. Marcus Mariota, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, and Jimmy Garoppolo, Jared Goff, ed out the top. The last of the, five more after that. It's pretty wild. Let's go to running back. Austin Eckler, Brees Hall, Leonard Fournette, Ramondre Stevenson, and Josh Jacobs. This is the last 4 weeks. Anything surprising you there?
It's all. Keep running back coming out. Finally getting the ball, getting the carries. Some big numbers.
Huge numbers
Phasing
the
out
last 3 weeks.
Michael Carter
Yeah.
and giving it to the rookie. Jets being as good as they are is actually surprising too.
The
Like,
Jets
as a
are
team.
scary. You don't want to go see the Jets right now. And then you look at this Ramondre Stevenson. This guy is doing well.
He had a monster week last week after Damian Harris went down, so he got all the workload.
I heard Damian Harris actually looking pretty good that he's back to practice.
Yeah,
That's
let's hope.
crazy.
I'm playing against Ramondre this week, so I'm hoping he's back and he steals away from my opponent and gives some
Yeah,
points to me.
with
My opponent
Belichick,
needs
who
his running
knows?
back. Opponent needs his running backs to do well more than I need my running backs to do well. So
Yeah, so I actually don't expect any of these besides maybe Austin Eckler and Josh Jacobs in the top 5 in the last 4 weeks. Pretty surprising. Brees Hall, Lenny Fournette, J. Stevenson's are up there.
mhm.
Uh, yeah, Lenny Fournette, like you were saying, you didn't think that they were running the ball much. It doesn't look like they were
Not.
because he's
Oh,
only got 151 yards in the last 4 weeks.
yeah, it's the touchdowns. He's got 3 touchdowns,
They're
so basically a
checking it off
touchdown
to
every
him.
week. The Bucks rushing this season's at 405 yards total, and that's the lowest in the league.
Yeah,
Not running the ball.
they gave him the ball 21 times and he only edged out 63 yards this last game.
Very bad.
Yeah, but the receiving is making him worth it. The last 3 weeks, point wise in our league, is 15, 31, 19. It's pretty
So he
good.
is catching the ball and he's making himself
He's
valuable in that way.
definitely.
As a pure runner, happening right now.
So the next
Basically
five.
a goal line back slash pass catching person right now.
The next five are.
Of
Go
one more
ahead.
thing on those top five.
Yeah,
Of those top five, I only expect Austin Eckler to maybe stay in that top five. I don't think the other four are going to stay up there.
I would agree with that. Uh, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and Dalvin Cook. And here's the guys that we expected to be up there. They're
Let's
all.
say there's the five that
Yeah.
really should be at the top. Boom.
And this is kind of one of the um, reasons why I traded away Saquon Barkley. Not only is this shoulder injury going on, but this Damian Pierce guy is right there with all the top dudes, and I really like that offensive line compared to Saquon's line.
The Saquon's team overall has been doing very good work, and that could lead to more fourth quarter runs for him.
Yeah, Saquon is
Whereas in
definitely making
Houston, they're
plays.
always down, and thankfully Damian Pierce can catch the ball. That helps, but it's never the game script you really want for your running back, your
No.
first and second down back.
Yeah, I'm hoping he just takes all the carries there. It looks like he's going to. He's just
He's
slowly
going to. I
becoming.
think the coach actually came out and said he wants to give him 20 plus touches a week.
That's how it should be. He's that dynamic. It's incredible watching him. After I saw his highlights, I'm like, man, this guy is. I wanted to say like a Maurice Jones-Drew, but he's not that thick. He reminds me of like, and not that short. He reminds me of a little beast mode, a little Marshawn Lynch, like a little bit smaller version. You know,
I'm trying to
he's
think of a back that's like that.
he's bruising, man. This guy, I saw him. So two people come and tackle him, and
Excuse me.
maybe we got
Steven
coughs, we got
Jackson?
sneezes in this podcast. We're bringing it all to you today, baby.
Steven Jackson, maybe?
Ah, yeah,
A comp?
definitely, dude.
Steven Jackson was pretty downhill. He could be shifty, though.
Let's see what happens here. Oh no, this isn't the play. There is a play he has, my guy. That's just so insane. It sold me on the guy. There it is. The 75-yard rush. This thing is nutty.
Great blocking. Oh my goodness, great blocking.
The blocking, yeah.
You could get like his vision of that play. He was like, "Look at all this green
He
grass."
wasn't even touched there. I thought it was a different play. Yeah,
What was the, I mean, but that speaks to what you were saying about the offensive line.
it's so crazy what he had done in some of these. This is probably it.
He's cut.
Oh, it's gonna restart. Here we go.
It's a little back cut. Boop, boop. On two.
I can't even find the play, but he does one play on one of these games where he
I
breaks like
think I know what you're
six or
talking about.
seven tackles.
Scores the touchdown.
Oh, it's brutal. It's
Yeah, I
so
know what you're talking
mean,
about.
dude. Let's see. It's got to be one of these coming up. I feel like it was one of these. No. But he's got a hell of an offensive line, man. Yeah, so I was watching this highlight reel of him, and I'm like, okay, he's looking good. This is it. Oh yes, this is it. Watch, two
Oh,
people,
yes.
two, right
Get off
now,
me.
two more.
God, I'm out of here.
Oh yes, and it took two more after that to take him down. So he breaks this initial tackle at the scrimmage line. Y'all got to see this.
One,
and two,
two,
and then another two. That's
three,
four,
four,
five,
five,
six,
six.
and then two more
The
come to
seventh guy.
finish him off.
Seventh man finally finished him.
Yeah, and almost eight. That was the defining play. I said, "This is beast mode. We're watching beast mode."
Over 3/4 of the team had to touch, or defense had to touch him before he fell.
Yeah, incredible. Like that does not happen in the NFL very much. And the people that do it, they're monsters. They're AP.
They get tested.
You know.
They get tested.
Oh, they definitely get tested.
They go. You got to take. Sorry, we got to do this
Yeah,
tomorrow
they're getting tested.
morning.
So he's not top 10 per se in the last 4 weeks, but he's right there. He's right there at 11.
He'll finish top 12 for sure this year. If he doesn't get hurt, he might even finish in the top 5. If he doesn't get hurt and one of these other studs does get hurt, like if Barkley, the shoulder does become something long term, or if Henry goes down like he did last year, Pierce could jump into their spot.
You know, Cook, Henry, McCaffrey, Lenny Fournette, Josh Jacobs, all these backs are getting a little bit older. They're, injury prone, some of them. And
Yeah.
I don't even like the word injury prone, but, I mean, look at some of the players that you would designate injury prone. Tua. Derrick Henry. Well, maybe not Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's been great. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook gets hurt every year, it seems like.
He's never, I don't think he's ever completed a full season.
No. Let's see. Austin Eckler's very reliable.
It's a hard thing to do, to complete a whole season as a running back.
Oh, definitely. I don't want to take that from him.
Brutal position. Don't let your
babies go up to be running backs, yeah.
Terrible.
Nick Chubb, man, he's definitely going to be up there. Crazy to see him down here, though. And some of these other guys way up here in the last 4 weeks. I wonder if Cleveland's had a problem getting this guy the ball.
I think they just had a problem with New England. Pretty much it. I mean, in a 4-week spread, if you're not popping off 15 every single game, you're not going to finish in the top 5.
Right.
Just that one game that he had 7 points, which happens. It happens to every great player. That's what dropped him so low. We're splitting hairs here. Look, 73 points compared to what's the very top?
97 points with Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler's been hamming it up. I guess we should have touched on that.
Everyone else is
what a difference maker
pennies compared to
Austin
this dude.
Eckler's been making over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Look at the receptions.
Also his touchdowns. He's got 6 touchdowns. That's why.
He's got the receptions. He's got the yards, the touchdowns, receiving yards. Dude, the dude's doing it all, man. What more could you want from a running back? And if you are out there in fantasy football and it's really bad for you, just think, well, what happens if Austin Eckler goes down? Who's backing this guy up? Who's going to get all these carries? This offense runs through the back. Think about it.
True.
All right.
Think about it.
So let's go to wide receivers. Last 4 weeks, we're looking at Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, Marquise Brown, who's now on the IR. Sorry for your loss, Leroy Jenkins. Stephon Diggs and Jamar Chase. That's a big loss for Leroy. He's already in the dog shit house. Like, he has no fucking wins.
Like that's exactly what he needed, right? More more bad news.
Yeah. What more could you want if you're Leroy right now?
We'll pour it on, right?
Pour it all on. Might as well get that first overall pick. Yeah, and I mean these guys look like they should be there. Besides Marquise Brown, I was not expecting this. Leroy told me at the beginning of the year this guy is going to lead the NFL. I was like, what? I wish I would have recorded him because it's a hot take. It's crazy, and it's right there. He's top 3 in the last 4 weeks, and that's with him getting hurt in one of the games. Leroy called it. I was not expecting it.
Nailed it.
So. Yeah, I mean, the rest of these guys look like they should be there. You see 32, 31, 33, all those three guys at the top. That's a lot of receptions per guy. All about the same points. The top 3 were kind of dominating. The top 2, actually. Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. It's nice to see Tyreek Hill here, right at 6.
It is nice to see Tyreek Hill, but just looking at these numbers, running backs over the last 4 weeks have been much more valuable than wide receivers.
Oh, very good point, Ryan. So, like we were kind of hinting on the last podcast, maybe it's not time to bury the running back and declare it a wide receiver league. Maybe
not quite there yet.
Yeah. So right now
they drop off to like the 60s pretty quick.
If you would have drafted Austin Eckler first overall, you'd look pretty damn smart in the middle of the
you would
run right here. Gabe Davis definitely surprises the hell out of me. If you look at everybody else, they got like 3x the receptions. Gabe Davis is taking every touch and turning it into 50 yards to a touchdown. Yes. Wow, just insane.
These are mega downfield throw. And Allen loves that ball. He's really good at throwing that ball. Gabe just gets all of it. It's cool to see the Bills got 2 guys up here, too.
The Bills are kicking ass. Oh, man, it sucks to be on the Bills division. I know we beat them, but, like, whew, we're going to need everybody healthy to fucking try to beat them again. And we're going to need them to be hurt again.
Luck.
Yeah. Gabe Davis, Debo. Debo's really one of those special players that somehow just doesn't getting enough. I don't think he's ever going to get enough touches. The offense needs to run through this guy.
I feel like Shanahan doesn't want to do that too much because he's been hurt before. And no Debo is no good. So if you only give him 10 touches and he stays healthy all year, it's a pretty good run.
Devontae Adams, Devonta Smith. So Devonta Smith, man, I really did not believe this dude was going to show up this year. And he's
even over the last 4 weeks, like that's really not that impressive. This is what's so different about receivers to running backs the last 4 weeks. Like, it's okay. Right. He had one really good week, but if you went to number 10 at running back,
yeah, you'd be 10 at running back is in the 60s, I believe.
I just mean on a per game. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook ended out our top 10.
Yeah, so let's get Dalvin. Click on him real quick.
He got 66 points this last 4 weeks.
And you'd much rather want this. I would much rather have this than I would Devontae Smith.
So our league in the NFL, a lot of teams this year has decided, we're not going to do that running back bullshit that you guys do every year. Cruz. So you guys and a few others, they've decided to not go heavy on running back. While I sat,
I think it was just me and Doug. I think it was just 2.
You and Doug definitely didn't, but I feel like Leroy has been doing this opposite thing for a while, and it has failed him terribly.
He doesn't do it right.
Well, you guys are saying he doesn't do it right, but I'm wondering, is your team going to hold up without making crazy trades are your running backs going to fall off?
I don't need my running backs. That's the whole
See,
point of it.
this is what you guys need to stay tuned to see throughout the rest of the year. Go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button and join us for more
Listen, whenever
breakdowns
whenever you go
within
over
the
to
LOBE
that wide receiver
league.
page, real quick, when you click on that wide receiver page again, look where my two wide receivers are, and they will stay there.
Yeah, I hope. I
Uh,
hope. What was going on with Jamar Chase early in the
only
season?
only Derek. Derek's the only other person that's going to keep his receivers probably in the top 10.
Okay, well,
Oh, Jamar Chase will be fine.
the
He'll be back. I'm
inconsistency.
glad that Jamar Chase had his bad stint at the beginning when I was already still winning
Yeah,
because he's gonna go the F off.
you
Look
know.
at his schedule coming up.
Okay, yeah. Let's take
Atlanta,
Cleveland,
Browns,
Carolina.
Carolina, Pittsburgh, who's been terrible. Tennessee's the worst pass
Here's
defense in the NFL right now.
here's
Kansas City's a lightning show.
what happens when they get up on these teams by like 3 touchdowns. Are they
Their
really gonna
defense
start
isn't that great.
firing at Jamar Chase still? Or are they just gonna be like, you got your 100
Probably.
yards,
Go look
Mr.
at Joe
Jamar Chase?
Mixon's terrible Go look at Joe Mixon's terrible numbers this year. He's not running the ball well, so they probably will keep throwing the ball.
Oh, you think so? Well, I haven't been watching this run. Let's go look at Joe. Yeah, you know what? Let's go look at Mr.
Let's go look at someone who was drafted in the top 10.
Joe Mixon down here below. Devin Singletary, Jeff Wilson, Khalil Herbert, Jamal Williams, Miles Sanders, Damian Pierce, all in the last 4 weeks. These guys edged out the top 17. He looks like he is top.
Joe Mixon was drafted number 9, ninth pick in our league.
Wow.
And tell me you would be that excited about these. You wouldn't
No,
be mad, but for your ninth overall player, or
definitely
your
not.
ninth, yeah, your first pick,
Not
not
looking
happy.
like a good first pick.
Not happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sad on that. Who went with that? Isaac. Sorry for your loss, bro. You really failed on your team that one. Bad pick, bad management. You know.
Devin Singletary was a better pick in the last 4 weeks.
Oh, look at
Oh, that's me.
Zeke was my number 2 pick. You're getting number 2 pick value out of that Joe Mixon guy. Alvin Kamara, was he drafted in the first round in our league?
He was number 4 or 5, actually. I was staring at that like, oh no, Derek,
Oh,
I'm sorry,
no.
Derek.
And this is the 40 range. So the 40 range hit the wide receivers pretty early. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick. The 40 range. Quite a bit down the list, actually. It actually looks like the 40 range is on that first page with the running backs, too. So,
Ouch, my third round pick sucked.
yeah, Michael Pittman sucks. You need to trade this guy before he becomes useless. This was his only good
Trying to
thing.
trade him, no one wants him.
I know I don't want him either. I needed a wide receiver,
Everyone
and I
sees
looked
it.
at him and I
Everyone
said,
sees
oh, no,
how
hell no.
bad. Everyone sees how bad the Colts are, and I was like, damn it.
Oh, yeah, fuck that.
Can't even get Colts fans to believe in him right now.
We touched on the top 3 positions. Let's go ahead and run to the tight end real quick. Just do the top 5 in the last 4
Man,
weeks.
just look at the top one. Look at the difference between Kelsey and Andrews.
Everybody else, to be honest.
Oh my goodness.
Kelsey and Andrews. If you don't have those two, you're wishing you had Taysom Hill. And if you're wishing you had Taysom Hill, you had one good week.
Yeah. And then everyone else, sorry, we're just all hoping for a touchdown. Likely not happening.
I think this guy's going
I-
to get a lot of usage, though, later on in the season. He
I
just
hate
got
to
ribs
admit
hurt.
it. I hate to admit this. Taysom Hill is actually a good play at tight end, which is
Yeah.
which just speaks to how sad it is that tight end is something we're forced to play.
You
It's
know,
literally it is Kelsey, Andrews, and then someone who literally might get 7 touches in the whole game, but their touches like throwing the ball for a touchdown or possibly. You almost got to look at Taysom Hill like a running back that could also throw a touchdown, but hell, he could go out there and fucking catch one too, like a running back does. You know,
right.
you could look at him in this weird way, and his touchdown upside is enough. You should probably play him as a tight end
I think so. And
because he could just fucking throw 2 all of a sudden. Or
I had Njoku, and Njoku's been a top 5. I had to drop him though. I
Look how like unhappy, like 7 points. I mean, I you
7, 12,
anyone feel
7,
would feel great.
19, 4,
7.
1. Oof. As soon as I see 1 and 4 and two sevens, I'm like, damn, dude, was the 20 and the 11 really worth it?
Right, but that's a great tight end.
That's a great tight end. Yeah. Like
That's
if
what's
I
sad
didn't
about
have Taysom Hill, and Taysom Hill's nothing special. 4, 43, 8. Like I just know at one point he's gonna win the game for me, and that's the reason I have to play him. Tunyon, I was gonna go pick him up. Nice pick up, Leroy. Uh, you dolphin chasers, you bandwagoners, Ben. I see you.
So just seeing how gross it is to see like 40 points for these top tight ends, 30 points,
And then
the
80.
top 10. Yeah, but just the fact that tight ends are so bad. This is a real personal thing to Loeb that I've been thinking about a lot the last couple years. I've brought it up a few times to people. What if we don't force us to play a tight end, turn the tight end to another flex position that's
Yes.
wide receiver tight end.
Yes.
That's it. No running back. Just wide receiver tight end. So you could draft Kelsey or Andrews and play him. But you're not forced to play Zach Ertz or Njoku and go, cool, 7 points. You could go out and play another receiver that you know is probably going to get more than freaking
It
seven
needs to
points.
happen. We're making it. Everybody that's listening, this needs to be a priority for the off season. We're gonna make votes, and we're gonna try to get this done.
Only thing that I can see negative that it'll do is it'll negatively impact the draft capital of Kelsey and Andrews because they won't be as big of a difference maker on your roster.
Yeah, but at what point are you gonna get 82 points in 4 weeks with any player, even at wide receiver? He's dominating the wide receiver, tight
Yeah,
end, flex position
for
that we're
sure.
talking about.
He had 4 touchdowns like 2 week like last week or the week before, so that inflates him big time.
Yeah, let's go
But
take a look
yeah,
at his stats real quick.
oh, it's nuts. That one game 2 weeks ago, 4 touchdowns. I think there's this. Let me go find this stat about Travis Kelsey. I saw it the other day.
Pretty
With
impressive.
us? Oh,
Yes. I I got a dog that's like needy as hell right now. I don't know what he wants, but he if he doesn't get what he wants, he just sits there and like nudges me, itches, nudges me. He's like, "Oh my gosh."
and the Fett's his name's Boba Fett, right? He's a big old boy.
Oh yeah, he's about 115, 120 pound. Big old pig. Looks like a pig, smells like a pig, pretty much
Look at
is a
all those.
pig, but he's a pit bull. He's got the bully genes in him. He's a sweetheart. I might put a picture of him in our preview for this video just because we're talking about him.
Yeah, feature the Fett. Okay, here's that Travis Kelsey stat.
Okay, go ahead.
Travis Kelsey has more receiving touchdowns this season than any of these teams have on their season. He has more touchdowns receiving than the Bears have, the Steelers, the Panthers, the Giants, the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Texans, Cardinals, Eagles, Rams, Browns, the Patriots,
What?
the Titans, and the Falcons. He
No
has more
way.
receiving touchdowns than individually any of those teams have.
Wow.
He's dominating himself.
You just put the team on my back. We don't have Mr. Hill no more. What's his first name? We don't care. Cheetah? Nah, we don't ever heard of that guy. Put the team on your back, dude. How about that's a big backpack, and dude, your legs got to be strong. Your back too.
Hands too, catching all those
Hands,
Mahomes
yes.
balls. Ka-ching!
Big
That's a dominant
backpack. It's
force.
a big backpack.
Dominant force. Those are all the offensive. We could just do
Yeah, we'll just go to kicker.
do
Most important position in the league.
Oh man, I'm
The
just gonna
best
skip right
kicker
over this
isn't even being owned right now. No one cares.
because this is how no one would have guessed over the last 4 weeks that the Seahawks kicker would be this good. Now that we're talking about the offenses and stuff, though, you probably someone should play Seahawks kicker because they're doing amazing things on offense,
Yeah, I mean,
moving the
especially
ball.
kicking the ball. Like, you know, they can move the ball. They might not score touchdowns, but that's what you want with a kicker in an offense. He's
It's
made
true.
11 kicks. The only other person that's there is, I mean, I guess there's two. Someone's beating him. Nick
I
Folk,
believe those are just
3.
points attempts,
Oh, those are
point
P.
after
Oh my
attempts.
goodness, PATs.
But he
Yeah,
still has made 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 field goals the
yeah,
last 4 weeks. That's quite
that's
a bit.
really good. Okay, now that we're wasted a bunch of time on kickers, let's go to defense real quick. Top defenses in the league: San Fran, Dallas, Philly, New England, Denver to edge out the top five. If you really want to, New York is right there, tied with Denver.
I think the best one in this whole thing is Philadelphia. Their turnover to interceptions is plus 12. It's the
Wow,
best in it's the best in the NFL by 8. The next closest is Minnesota with plus 4.
jeez.
I mean, that's great because they're not turning the ball over on offense, so they're not putting their defense in bad situations, and their defense is committing a lot of turnovers on other offenses. So I
So
feel like that's where see they're not even they're pretty high on sacks. They're right there in picks, fumbles. Like they're doing everything that you would want them to do consistently too.
yeah, so I'm seeing something here in the points section. Are you seeing this? If you've had a top 10 defense, it's like having, if not the best top 10 wide receiver, but something
Yeah.
better.
Defenses actually mean a lot in our league. People
Huge.
don't realize it. They don't respect it. The reason why we don't respect it in the draft, and it's like
Because
no
we think
one
we can
takes
just
them into
stream
like
it.
the last two. Well, you kind of can sometimes.
Yeah, can.
Look at
Because,
the list right now. Tell me that you would have thought San Francisco, Dallas, and Philly would have been the best ones.
to
I
be
wouldn't have guessed
honest, I
that.
didn't think the Patriots were going to have a good defense this year. But they
I
got
would
a
have only
rookie
said
corner
yeah because
kicking
they.
ass. If you're a
I would have
Patriots
said they
fan,
were just because of Bill.
that rookie corner is impressive. That dude, he runs so fluid. It's like it's a thing of art. Changes directions. He's with the receiver really well. He's like in their pocket, and then it just appears when the ball appears. He's great. Uh, I was watching some New England uh, defense highlights, and he was in it a lot. So,
Hey,
uh,
right? They're your defense. It's always a good defense, even on years they think you're going to be bad. It's always top 12. It's just what Bill does.
yeah, Bill really knows how to pick them. He's a defensive mind. He's like a psychic Star Wars character from like the Darth side.
The dark side. This is for Miami's fan.
Yeah. Yeah, so 80 points in the last 4 weeks from San Francisco. Like, if you've
Nutty.
had that, that's literally like having Travis Kelsey and everyone else having uh, a, a below t- tier, less than 20 wide receiver.
Mean a lot in our league if you can nail who it's going to be. I really thought the Bucks defense, because they were great last year, was going to be great. That's why I had them, and they have not been that great because the Bucks offense has been trash.
So check this out. The last 4 weeks, this Quinnen Williams, I just dropped him because I've decided that that I need to have Nick Bosa starting every week, and I'm not going to start Quinnen Williams over him.
Hmm.
So I had to drop Quinnen Williams. I do think I spent a point on him to get him because this rookie is incredible, and it's the reason why the Jets defense is as good as it is. This guy is Aaron Donald 2.0. I like he keeps it up. It's impressive the
He
things he's
has
doing.
10 quarterback hits.
And that's in 4 weeks, the last 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has been disruptive. 4 tackles for a loss. Uh, he's had a fumble return for 12 yards. He blocks the ball at the scrimmage line like he's in volleyball. This guy's incredible. He's really good.
He's playing for that contract in a few years. Them stats up now.
Look at the stats. He's
Nasty.
been very consistent. So if you're out there in our league and you need a defensive lineman, there you go. Go ahead and put some points up. Because I know Ryan and everyone else is going to be putting some points on this guy. I had to put some points on him.
I'm Miles Garrett, bro. I'm gonna ride out Miles Garrett.
Ryan, we're trying to get them to realize like they're going to have to waste some points to get this guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't. I would totally want Quentin Williams.
Put all your points in on him. And then Aaron
Lots
Donald's
of
available in our league. What is going on?
Ooh, bye week hell for somebody. Like,
Probably.
I don't have the space. I'm gonna have to drop him. I hope he's still there. He ain't gonna be there.
No. All right. The
In our
21st
league, you
rolls
silly
around.
person.
You fucked up. That's tomorrow.
You fucked up. I already know that about our league. Like, I'm not putting Hicks out there. Nope. Number 2 linebacker in the year. Nope.
Yeah. So
He's staying.
if we
I'll
went to
keep him on my bench.
rest of
I'll be
season,
I'll be holding 2 extra defensive players on my bench than I need.
dude.
Fine.
Look at this copping of Fields. He has been. You've been watching Dolphin games, haven't you, my guy? Why else would you have this guy, Christian Wilkins?
Why else would you even know about this guy?
Right? I'm a Dolphins fan, and I wanted to have Christian Wilkins, and I was like, what? Jimmy's got him? I was like, this isn't right. This can't be right. And because he hasn't really done that great. But if you look at projections for the rest of the year, you know, he's projected higher than anyone else besides Max Crosby. Why? NFL must be high on him, too. I'm high on him. I really am. I think he's great. But after watching that Jets defensive lineman, Quinnen Williams, I don't think he's as good as Quinnen Williams. And I'm a Miami's fan.
But you also, once you get a player on your team, you dive deep on him, so you fall in love.
I do. Okay, if we go to stats,
You dove deep on everyone, you'd be like, "Oh my god, the league is incredible."
it is.
Yeah.
The league is already
The
incredible.
league is incredible.
You're full of talent, and it might be the best it's ever gonna get. With all the concussion stuff coming around, and
I did miss one thing on the defensive lineman. Can we go back one second to him?
I feel like these are the best talents we're gonna
48.
see. Who else is gonna let their, as a parent, who else is gonna let their kid go play football, and then eventually that person go do pro football? You know, it's like if he never got the chance to play when he was young because his parents aren't gonna want him to play. You know.
I mean,
We might lose a lot of talent going in the future. Some of it might be really high, but then we might have a lot of mediocrity, you know?
I feel like there's definitely going to be a downtrend in people wanting to play football overall, but I don't think it's going to dry up to some degree where we're like, oh, football's no longer exciting because the big athletes aren't in it. I think there'll always be players.
I think fantasy football will always be great. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I don't think in 10 years that we're going to see less points being produced.
I hope that's
I
the
don't think
case.
I don't think that'll
But-
ever be the case.
I don't know, man. We'll see. This might be the
See,
best
but
talented
I wanted to
we see
know
for a
that-
decade coming up.
To note that defensive lineman scored 50 points at most, and then there was a big drop off, like 48 points to 35 points within less than 10 people.
Yeah. I feel like this could be an episode itself. I'm gonna do
Probably
a whole
could. We
podcast
probably
on that one.
cut
Spend a
cut
whole
it
hour.
and cut it and then go, okay, let's do the IDPs now.
So what were you gonna try to say about the defensive lineman?
Their point totals, they're in the 48s to
Oh yes.
35 and within 10. So really, like if you look at the numbers, it's all about sacks and your tackles, which is makes a lot of sense, but
Mm-hmm.
it really is the sacks. Even if you're not getting sacks, you better be getting tackles
I
like
agree with
crazy.
that. And then we go to linebacker, and it's
Very
top
similar
five.
points.
Uh, Alukan, Roquan, Bolton, Drew Tranquil, Czar Franklin. I say like those guys' names. Probably way
Yeah,
off.
close enough. The only person up there that makes any sense from the beginning of the year is Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
Anyone else, I wouldn't have guessed.
And didn't he miss a week? No.
No.
Dude is a monster. Yeah, that's right. He
Is chopping wood for me.
kicked my
Chopping that wood
ass.
for me. Yeah, he did. Leroy's ass too.
Mm, ouch. So these top guys, they're all owned in our league, and if you look at the points, kind of similar to defensive lineman, but a little bit higher.
It's a tad bit safer of a floor, right? They don't
A
drop
little
off as
bit,
much.
a little bit. I got Patrick Queen over here and Jordy Brooks. They haven't had the
Mr. Queen's
best.
a monster.
Yeah,
He's gonna do good.
yeah. I had to pick him up. I saw someone dropped him or something. I was like, oh my. And Brooks, tackling machine. This dude gets a lot of points. 13, 9, 7, 10, 10, 8. You know, he just tackling machine. Consistency? I'll take
Jordan
it.
Hicks. Jordan Hicks.
Oh, yes. Let's take a look at him.
Been a monster for me too.
Oh, yeah.
Been enjoying some of these big games. Oh yeah.
I love having a tackle machine that also gets blitzes and
Hmm.
ghost coverages and shit.
That's
Dude, love it.
why I won't drop him. He's on bye, and I'm like, I'll keep it. Even though I have TJ Watt coming back, I'm waiting all the way till TJ Watt comes back.
Dude, it's so fun to play defense IDP. And some of the people want to get rid of it. It's like, dude, I love watching some of these players too while it makes the game interesting, some of it. Like, Demario Davis is out here.
No. Old man. The old
Wow.
man putting in work.
9 tackles, 2 sacks against the Bungles.
Hmm.
What a fucking
People don't
game.
like the age, I think. He's
Yeah.
playing tonight.
And it's kind of crazy because I got Jordan Brooks. He hasn't had the best of last 3-4 weeks. I don't know. I keep getting messages. One says U.S. must prepare now for China invasion of Taiwan. Oh, lovely.
That sounds pretty intense, bro.
Back to fantasy football. Janor Sneed, Derwin James, Jurek Woolen, Donovan Wilson, Antoine Winfield Jr. All these guys I would pretty much expect. I don't know much about this dude. Obviously, I can't even see his name. Oh, wow. Interception, 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 interception. Dude is kicking butt.
Pick.
Yeah. And he's free agency. Yeah. Pretty cool to see. Where are my dudes? Oh, that would make sense. I got. Oh my.
My, he says. I got, oh my.
Oof. Let's do rest of the season. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is who they think are gonna end best this season. Put out 90 points for the rest of this year. Divine Diablo. That's one of the coolest names I've ever heard.
I'm kidding.
What
Tackle
a
machine.
fucking badass name.
You trying to find room for him? How do I get
Ah,
this guy?
I don't know if I could even fit you in my lineup, bruh, but
You gotta drop some offensive players.
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Breaking news.
Who would he start for?
News. I just picked up Demario Davis after a conversation to play him tonight.
Yeah,
Because Jordan Hicks was on bye, and I was like, you know what?
it. This is what I get for
Let's
doing this
do it.
live. You know,
Let's fucking do it. Let's play Demario Davis tonight.
can't
Why
blame you.
not?
Can't blame you.
Nah, he's like we already said, he's been pretty consistent. Um,
Solid
we were
player.
saying, like we were saying before, like just like Jordan Hicks, he drops back in coverage. He can do a lot of tackles. He can get me
Mm-hmm.
some sacks.
Yes, sir.
Veteran, so he's smart, and I like that he's playing Arizona, who has a terrible offensive line, bottom of the league.
So
Let's go to Mario. Let's do it tonight. Oh, I'm Jack now.
I can't believe defensive linemen are keeping up. Well, only one of them.
All right, yeah. So back to the subject at hand.
So let's go to all players. There we go. There we go. That's much better. Right now, it's looking like defensive lineman, linebacker, and defensive back are all pretty equal, but linebacker this year has been a little bit better to own. The
I think it's
tackles
just
are
because
consistent.
tackles.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
the consistency of tackling. Look, that puts Jordan Brooks in the top 12.
Look how many linebackers are in the top for IDPs. One,
Well, hang on. Let's
two.
go to IDP real quick. All of them.
Sorry. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven are in the top 10 at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at Micah Parsons. I'd like to have that.
Look at the top two. Just to boast a little bit. Oh
Oh,
yeah. I told you.
big
I got the best
trust.
IDPs in the whole land, bro.
You do.
If we go down a little bit, I think I got the one of the best DBs too. Yeah, there he is. Thank you, Derwin. You've been doing work for me.
Yes, he has. It's nice to be in the top up here.
Oh,
I,
it's very nice.
I had it for a few weeks. Got people hurt. You know, it happens.
Happens. It happens.
Let's look
It's
at.
a big deal in our league to manage and understand IDPs. If you
It
can
is.
do that, you can really make up some room on a roster that doesn't have any good running backs on it, like mine.
Yeah, and that was part of the reason is like why are
Part of
running backs were
my plan
dominating
too when
our
I drafted.
league. Running
Hmm?
backs were dominating our league. Let's go ahead and take a
Sure.
look. Right now, you'd only want the top 5, maybe the top 4 wide receivers over. Well, actually, the top 4
So it's
running
pretty
backs are.
even for
It
the
looks pretty
whole
even
season.
right now. It's
Season
pretty
it's
damn
pretty even.
even. Yeah.
Just the last 4 weeks, it's been more about running the ball than it has throwing the ball. And I kind of, at the end of this, I want to discuss: do you think a trend that's going to keep going, or do you think that's a trend that's going to end?
I think it keeps going. It gets
I think when
colder.
it gets colder,
Yeah, I, th- I think
means more snow.
we all get too excited about the passing that happens in the warm weather conditions and in the domes, but later
Mhm.
on in the year, these cold weather games are gonna start affecting stuff. The rain and these non domed stadiums, and we're gonna see a lot of running the ball, especially with these quarterbacks getting hurt or inefficient quarterback play that's happening. Um, as an offensive lineman, you'll want to run the ball. You don't want to sit back and let some dude barrel your ass over. Like,
I
it,
agree. Whenever we played, I was much more comfortable running the ball than I was
oh
in a
yeah,
pass
right?
protect any day of the week.
Yeah, any day of the week, as a lineman, I would feel much better going at the guy than standing up, sitting back, and You know, not my
Mhm.
cup of tea. But uh, there's people that are very good tackles that are really good at it. Incredible. We
If what you think, I believe that's probably going to be true too, then I really need my IDPs to stay steadily for me, or I'm in big trouble.
Yeah. I think the running back is here to stay. I think we all kind of got a little excited. Like, is running back finally dead? No. What we have seen in the last 4 weeks proves it. This is a Lobe podcast. We thank you for listening. If you are with us still, it's been about 55 minutes. Go ahead and hit the like button, the subscribe button. We'll be around for a while, just talking Lobe fantasy football. We'll talk about our league. Hopefully, it gives you a little bit of insight to your league. And this is
If you guys want any topics you want us to cover or talk about our league, leave it in the comments for us.
there. You go. Peace.
Peace.